Hi, Veldrin here again, and today we are looking at the round 3 game from the regionals in Varberg, Sweden. And on the left we have Dennis, who is flying Miranda Doni with a TLT, homing missiles, extra munitions, C-3PO crew and the guidance chip, so she can get another hit from a blank or a focus on her homing missile shot. And with her ability to drop a shield to add an attack die, a homing missile can do some real damage. She's got dash, or he has, accompanying Miranda is dash Rendar in the Outrider with a Mangler cannon, lone wolf, Recon specialist and engine upgrade. So this is, he can boost and he can reroll blanks, but there is no push for 2 actions. And there is no heavy laser cannon on dash here in order to get all those juicy stuff onto Miranda. And then on the right we have Simon, who is flying Whisper with the VI fire control system, Intel Agent and the advanced cloaking device. So PS9 here, cloaking before being shot at by either Miranda or Dash. But if Miranda can get the homing missile off on Whisper, it could still hurt. Then it's got Captain Oicunn, Predator, Emperor Palpatine, Rebel Captive and engine upgrade. I like this Oicunn. It's very similar to the one I flew when I made the top 8 in Malmö. I had Gunner Vader instead of Palpatine though. Predator for attacks, engine to get out of arcs. Well, not in this game because he's just facing turrets and there's no donut on dash. But you can still set up so you get close and then you can bump them and do damage from Oicunn's ability. So actually this is a very similar squad to the one I did take the top 8, because the only difference between my squad and this squad is the Emperor Palpatine instead of Gunner Vader, because I had the same Whisper. So the squad on the right is one I like to fly, so let's see if I can predict movements there as well, since it's something I'm used to. I like to fly dash as well in the old meta last year's nationals. This dash is slightly more mobile than the one I normally fly, because I normally don't take engine, I just have Predator and have laser cannon, because I flew him with Chewie. There wasn't enough points. So let's see here, there's a 3 bank and probably there's going to be a boost as well here if he's going to go offensively aggressive with Oicunn. A really good thing with Oicunn is like normally the K-Wing can slam into someone to avoid shots. But if you do that, you're going to take a damage next turn, as Oicunn just rams you with 1 straight. Well, unless you run into the side of him or something. And then we're going to have dash at pilot skill 7 here. He's just going straight forward here, because this is going to be a dash that doesn't care about range 1 if he's out of arc from Whisper. Oicunn will still hit him due to the turret, of course. And if it's just a slug match, Oicunn will probably win versus dash here. But if dash can keep the range for the extra green die on defense, and he's got lone wolf for rerolls, he should be fine against Oicunn. But then if Whisper can get 1 or 2 good hits in, and with only 3 attack dice from the Mangler, Whisper will be hard to take on for dash. So that's where he's going to need Miranda to get a good hit with the homing missiles, because you could roll 5 dice with target lock and guidance chips, just burn a shield on Miranda to do that. So Whisper wants to avoid that. So I'm guessing he's going to cloak here and decloak to the left next turn, because you want to keep Whisper safe and at range, and you want to probably avoid Miranda's target lock for as long as possible. It would be interesting to see if you had the long range scanners or sensors, what are they called, to get the target locks from out of range with Miranda here, because he would really scare Whisper just taking the target lock in the first turn, because now Miranda might move in and not be in range to get the target locks. Yeah, it looks like a range 3 shot from Whisper there, so shoot, cloak, hopefully take no damage in the fire back, and then decloak to the left next turn. That looks like good 4 die hits naturally. And there is checking for lone wolf. I think there is within range 2, so no rerolls. So that's a lot of damage onto dash at once. And then Dash decides to go for the Decimator here instead, because he's not going to punch through those green dice at range 3. Well, range 3 doesn't matter for the Mangler, but... So, 1. Yeah, I'm just going to roll a green die, but there's no range bonus from secondary weapons. So 1 shield. And then there's the return fire here from Oicunn. And there's also stress on Dash now from the Rebel Captive, so it's going to make his movement slightly more predictable. So he's going to reroll 1 from Predator. And then he's going to Palpatine the last one, I guess. So if Dash needs a good evade here. It looks like he got it. So I think the 1 shield taken off of Dash there, so he's probably down to his last shield, or might even be shieldless already. I think rushing that quick with Dash was a mistake. Stay behind Oicunn here. So if they're going to go for Whisper, they have to go through Oicunn. And then Oicunn is just going to go chasing Dash here. Because you want to be close here, so you get your extra die. Dash does not get an extra die at range 1, since the Mangler cannon is 3 attack dice, and his primary would be 3 as well at range 1. But he can't use the primary now. And he's actually going for the block. Forcing Dash to shoot at Whisper, which will probably take no damage from that. Especially when backed up with Palpatine. So that's a bump, probably a green 1 or 2 straight to clear the stress. So if Whisper is doing a bank in there and avoids that rock, the shrimp looking rock, he might be able to do some serious damage on Dash this turn. And Miranda will not be able to take the target lock because that's still out of range 3. So she decides to go for a target lock on the Decimator. And let's see if we do have the bank here, or he's hard turning. He wants to keep the range. So that's going to be range 3 through a rock, probably, if there is range for Dash. It looks like a focus. Yeah, range 3 through a rock. No actions for Dash, and it still looks like right within range 2 from Miranda, so no Lone Wolf either. It also looks like he forgot his fire control system last time. So 2 hits, and then looks like he's going to use Palpatine. And this time he is remembering the fire control system. So it looks like 2 hits and a crit. And that looks like 2 evades, so maybe a crit? Or no, the last shield, he had 1 shield left. And Whisper gets the focus and cloaks. And then we're going to have Miranda shooting TLTs at the Decimator. 1, which it will be every time. And 1 more. And then we have Dash shooting at Whisper through a rock, cloaked at range 3. Well, range isn't helping there, but the rock is. And should be enough. He needs to spend the focus, but that's enough anyway. Actually, no, it wasn't. They were all blanks and eye. So 1 shield from that. That was a lucky shot from Dash. But that's kind of what happens when you don't take the evade action with the Whisper. And the reason you need your fire control system to remember it is to have your target lock. Still, it was a nice move by Simon here, setting up the block, taking away any focus tokens or a boost from dash. And Whisper is in a nice decloak position as well. You can go anyway, forward, left, or right here. Let's predict he's going to go to the right. We're going to see now as he's going to do the decloak here. Yes, he's going to keep the distance, making it hard for Miranda to chase Whisper, because Miranda's homing missile is the thing Whisper needs to be aware of here. And then we have a hard 2 or a 1 bank from Oicunn here. Let's see which one. It's going to be a hard 2. Did we see how much damage Oicunn did to Miranda last turn? I don't remember. Well, we'll see. And he decides to take a target lock and dash, it looks like. Then dash is hard turning. Just going to set up those 2 big ships for broadsides here. And I'm guessing that the Phantom is doing the hard 1 to the left here, the candy cane maneuver. Decloak 2 and hard turn 1 just to keep distance for as long as possible. It's something you can do as a Phantom player to fool your opponent, and sometimes don't do that and just do a 3 bank, get in really close, really quick when they don't expect it, and then just run the next turn. Of course you need to set it up so you don't die when you do that, because against dash here it doesn't really matter, because he will only toss 3 dice at range 1 anyway. It looks like Miranda is slamming away here to give Lone Wolf to dash. And there might be TLT range. Oh, he is trying the 2 bank here. And that looks awfully close to that little tiny asteroid which you always land on. And yes, he does. So that's really bad news for Simon here. So dash is going to be able to shoot at him at range 1. He's going to palp it to a miss. So palp is also spent here. So he's going to shoot Mangler into an uncloaked Whisper without Palpatine and without tokens. So we're going to have a TLT from Miranda first, if there is range to Whisper. Didn't she slam? Or no, she did not. She did just a very quick move, yeah. So that should be 1 more damage, so shields should be down on the Phantom. Actually, oh, she shot the primary? Or is this dash shooting? I guess it's dash, so it was a no attack at all from Miranda, because she did slam. Okay, yeah. So let's see if Oicunn can finish off dash. That should be doable here. And then Oicunn hasn't taken that much damage, so it's going to be an interesting endgame versus Miranda if he can finish dash quickly. I mean, so much can change from that 1 small landing on the rock, because if Whisper had been able to shoot there, not use Palpatine for defense, and dash would probably be dead this turn. So it looks like 2 hits, a focus and a blank, and he's going to spend his target lock. And lose 3 hits, and he can't use Palp. I think he was thinking about it, but Dennis reminded him that you did use Palp on the rock roll. And now Lone Wolf is in effect for dash here. So he's going to reroll the blank into another blank. So it looks like using the focus for 2 damage. So that should put him to 3 hole left on dash, which should be doable in a turn or 2 from Oicunn here. So we'll see the 3 bank maybe. or just a straight 3 bank. I think that's the best option. You want to be closer to dash. So I guess dash is doing a hard one to the right, maybe even a boost, because there will be a rock range 3 between them then. And then you can bring Miranda around here. So he has 2 ships shooting. Because you don't want to have a one-on-one exchange between an almost dead dash and Oicunn here. Yeah, 1 hard. And if you boost bank to the left, you will make sure there's a rock between you. I think there will be anyway. Well, he decides to just focus. So the Recon specs a double focus. And hard 2 for Miranda here, I guess. Yep. And there's probably not range to the decimator there. So without much work from Miranda, Dash has managed to kill Whisper and take a few shields of Oicunn here. So Dennis is probably pretty happy here, as long as his green dice don't fail him on the defense for Dash. And that should be out, yeah. No range for Miranda. So we're going to do Mangler into Oicunn through the rock. So 1 green. Rebel Captive kicks in for the stress. And re-rolling a... Oh, it was in a... Yeah, checking if he can re-roll the blank. And he can. Didn't help though. So 1 hit and 1 crit from the Mangler cannon. And looks like an evade. So I think that's another shield off the decimator because it still has shields. And he's going to reroll with a target lock. And he's going to use Palpatine. And Lone Wolf still hasn't done anything here for Simon, and he's going to use a focus. So he's taking 1. So I think that puts him to 2 hit points left. Maybe just 1, but I think 2. And let's see here what Oicunn is doing here, because he doesn't really want to face Miranda's homing missile. So yeah, he's going to make sure she's in range 1 probably here. Because as long as he can keep Oicunn shooting a 1-on-1 of the enemy ships, he has enough hull here to finish off Miranda in the endgame. Focus. And then we're going to do the dash. And Dash is just banking away here. Yeah, he wants to stay at range now, because if he just gets 1 hit through on the decimator, it's going to be a crit from the Mangler. And if he then can avoid damage back, Miranda goes just a 1 bank. So now the question is here, if you want to avoid this, you could slam straight into him, but then you will take 1 damage next turn from Oicunn ramming you, and you will probably take that damage anyway. So the question here is, do you want to risk and exchange at range 1? And then another guaranteed damage next turn from the bump. Because the 1 bank to the right here will... but no, he's going to shoot. So it's going to be a primary turret. That looks like 2 hits and an eye. And she's going to spend the target lock for another eye. So 2 damage onto Oicunn. Still think he's... has 1 shield, maybe. And Oicunn here. Oicunn is going to shoot back, and it's going to hurt Miranda. Well, he's got Predator and he's got Palpatine on offense now. And there's a stress on the captive as well, yeah. So... and then he's going to Palpatine, because there was just 1. He spent the focus on Palpatine. And he's going to use 3PO here to get 0 and get 1, so 3 shields down on Miranda. he decides to bump, or he just tries to get... Yeah, he's running into her. Bump. Oicunn doing what he does best, just running into things, causing damage. So that should probably put Miranda at no shields. And then we'll see if Dash is... Yeah, he's hard turning to get back into the fight here. Dash is close to dying. So I guess he would like to have Miranda take down a few. Well, at least take all the shields off, which I think she might have last turn. So those crits can stick, but still it's 12 hull that he needs to chew through before dying with both his ships, which might be tricky here. Sorry, at least Miranda is getting through, or to the other side there of the decimator, so she won't have to fear being bumped. But still, range 1 from that decimator without shield she could be in for a lot of damage. So she's gonna shoot her primary with one less die there to recover shield. And now we have the return fire here. And it looks like a lot of hits, and then he's going to Palpatine, probably. Well, he's just going to use Predator, and he's going to Palpatine the eye. Yeah, because he did not have a focus because he bumped. And 1, no matter what, because 3PO. So 2 hits and a crit, it looks like. So shield, hit, and crit, that should be. So she's almost... It's 2 crits actually. I can't see what they do, but we'll see, we'll figure it out. And either way, I think he wants to get away now this turn. But right now I think this is a silent game here to lose, because one more round of shooting at either of the rebel ships should be able to kill them. Maybe not Dash, if he's at 2 hull, he might be able to have to shoot at him twice. Yeah, Miranda is stressed from the rebel captive there. And here's a 3 bank. So I think Simon wants to finish off Dash as soon as possible. 1 round of shooting, and if Dash isn't moving carefully here, he will then be run over the next turn. And Miranda should probably move, so she should be out of range. And she also has got 2 stress tokens from the captive to clear. Okay, they're moving her first. I don't know why. They should be moving Dash, but it doesn't really matter because they are not affecting each other here. Just the 1 straight. Should still be out of range 3 though, so no shooting for recover shields. And we have Dash here. I should have moved before Miranda. And he's just banking slightly there. Trying to keep range 3 and be able to turn to the right next turn to avoid maybe bumps from, well, that turn at least he won't be taking, let's see, yeah, he's not going to reach him with a 3 bank. So Miranda is trying to shoot here. It could be range 3. Let's see what they decide. Yes, they are, and it's 1 less die from the TLT, so he recovered the shield. Maybe 1 damage to Oicunn there. And then the second TLT shot should do another damage. So I think Oicunn might be down to 8. And then we have Dash shooting with his Mangler here. And this is what could do stuff here. If you get the right crit at the right time, you have a blinded pilot, made your explosion into something nasty. He's going to use Lone Wolf. And a focus, so it looks like a hidden 2 crits. Looks like a direct hit, but I'm not sure. So now things are getting worse here for Oicunn, because now he needs to kill one of those enemy ships as soon as possible, because he can't take more than 1 more round of shooting like that. So he's going going to use... Did he have a target lock? Yeah, looks like he did. And then he's going to use Palpatine as well. So this is going to be an important roll. It looks like 2 blanks. He could have re-rolled with Lone Wolf, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So now I think Oicunn is in the driver's seat here. Because I believe he could kill Miranda in 1 round of shooting. And Miranda will not be able to do that. And also, since the TLTs don't do crits, they're not as scary. But she does indeed want to clear those stress tokens away so he can have her focus. Because sometimes, you just blank out with the TLT. Well, I know you don't blank out, but you get eyes as well as blanks, and you don't have the eye to turn. So hard to. No range, it looks like. You could decide to boost here to get, and there will be a rock in between. Yeah, Simon is going for it here. He wants to. I have not really any idea about the time of this game either, but the thing is, Miranda has no half-point rule because she's a small base ship, but she's kind of difficult to kill as a big fat turreted ship. So half point on Oicunn should be around 30 points, because I think this Whisper is 41, and that means 59 for Oicunn. So you need to kill Miranda here to win if you're Simon. And looks like he used Palpatine on offense. Yeah, to push all that damage through. Oh, is it that the Miranda had the particle 0 crit? Maybe that's the thing. So the last turn they actually moved Oicunn. No, yeah, that was why she moved her first. Of course. Probably. So range 3 also evades. I think 1 might have gone through there, taking a shield off of her. So I guess he's going to drop attack value here with TLT, yeah. So 1 damage onto Oicunn, which means he should be down to 4 left maybe. And 1 more. And get a second stress, yeah, from the rebel captive. So yeah, she's got the particle 0 crit because she is moving first. Which is kind of good when you're facing Oicunn, because there is a chance you can get out of the way. But it's also bad now, because if you're close to killing Oicunn, Oicunn could still PS kill you by shooting you and killing you before you can retaliate here. Because I think both ships are close to dying, and Oicunn is just steaming forward, 3 straight. Looks like a range 1, but with a rock. And also next turn, if there is a next turn, he should be able to ram Miranda no matter where she moves. Because she is stressed, so she can't hard 2 and then go 2 straight to get away. Yeah, looks like range 1 through the rock. So I think Oicunn can kill her now if she just gets enough damage through here. That looks like a lot of ice, which she's going to reroll with a target lock. And that looks like 3 hits, and then he's going to Palpatine to a crit, or he might think, I could keep Palpatine here because I'm going to get a green die. Because he still has 4 hits, it looks like. So Miranda should probably be at 4 hit points, 3 hull and a shield here. Now he decides to use Palpatine for a crit. And 1, 2, 3, 4 it looks like. Oh, those are crit. Okay, maybe she has a major hull breach. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe they were crits. Hard to say on the camera. So I think she's at their last hull. And that means if she can't kill Oicunn now, he's going to run her over next turn. Well, no, maybe because she can drop to get a shield back. So yeah, it's a bit close. It's a fun game. So this is the primary shot then, range 1 through the rock, dropping to 2 dice to get a shield back. Or are you, yeah, 1. So he takes 1 for the decimator. Now that looks like a crit. So if Miranda is at 2 hit points, well, you could always run her over this turn, then Piles could kill her in the next. So I'll push 1 bank with Oicunn. Yeah, Rebel Captive again. If you think she's turning, I mean, she could just go straight. And then a 1 bank wouldn't do. And anything faster might take you off the board the next turn, if you're not careful. Well, you could turn to the right, but if Miranda is there, well, then she will die from being run over, so yeah. So let's say if she's doing the straight move, so she's trying to get away by hard turning. She's doing a bank. Ooh, that's close to the board edge. 1 bank next turn, or hard 2 should be safe, so no worries. Now the question is, if she did the 1 bank with Oicunn as I suggested, I think he'll bump her. And yes, he is doing the 1 bank. So let's see if it bumps. It will be close. I don't know, it looks like it fits from here, but that's tricky to see. It might have been just millimeters from reaching her. Yes, it looks like, yeah, they're shooting here. So maybe she had a console fire there? No, it was a bump, okay. I took her last shield off then. So she should still be at 1. She's hard turning. Now where is Oicunn going here? He is turning after her, I guess, because he will auto... Oh, actually, no, he's not. Yeah, he doesn't have the hard one, so he needs to do the other way. So he's still on the board, and he needs to kill her now, because the next turn he will be off. But she should have just 1 hit point left, so with normal dice, we should win. Do the target lock or the focus. Yeah, I think you should target lock just... Oh, he decides it doesn't really matter here because you have Palpatine and Predator. So yeah, maybe the focus is a better option because I stay, you just reroll blanks. And he just got 3 normal hits and then a crit from Palpatine. So yeah, that's game over. So that was a brave move, but well, just 1 hit point needed to kill her. The question is, if he did the hard the other way, would he have bumped her to death? So, well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned as the next round game is coming up as well here as a new video.